What up gamers, I'm Jason and today on Dice & Dragons I'm going to be unboxing Star Wars Dark Side Rising. This game is designed by Andrew Wolf and Patrick Marino. It is published by the Boardgames. Now this is published under a different Star Wars license than the standard one, so it is only available in Europe and other locations. It's not available in North America. I actually imported this from Amazon.com through Amazon UK. So there you go. That's what you need to do to get the game. It was actually cheaper than going directly through UK. So keep that in mind. Now this game is for 2 to 4 players. It's a cooperative game designed for ages 10 and up and supposedly plays in 45 minutes. I'd say it's much closer to an hour or an hour and a half, depending on how many people you're playing with. Now, what are you doing in the game? Well, there will be 2 boards. One will have Darth Vader in the middle with different sectors or planets, which are Yadu, Scarif, and Jedha. You also have the Death Star board, and you'll be throwing dark side dice, which will let you know what sector Darth Vader is attacking. He may be assisted by other Imperials that are deployed on those sectors or planets. Not sure why I call it sectors, probably just thinking of Thanos Rising, actually. So in any case, he will be attacking the rebels on the board. Also, your rebel team, you have a team leader and your own different faction with a special ability. And those dark side dice will also move the Death Star closer to completion as components become completed. It will then trigger an ability when that symbol shows up on the dice. What you need to do as a rebel player is defeat, depending on the level of difficulty, between 7 and 11 Imperials in order to stop the completion of the Death Star, because that's what you're trying to do. If it is completed before you defeat all 11 Imperials, well, you then lose the game. So now, with that being said, let's take a look at what's in the box. Now let's take a look at what's in the box for Star Wars Dark Side Rising. I'm looking forward to taking a look at this one. So we'll move the box over. We'll start with the rule book. So we do have a quick rules reference at the back, and the rule book is very much in the same style as Thanos Rising. Get a nice overview, some examples as to what we will expect in the game. You can see sort of who the different leaders are, explanation of the setup. A little bit different from Thanos in terms of how things fit around the Death Star, so that's pretty cool. So that's what's happening. Now, Infinity Gauntlet, the Empire's trying to build a Death Star, and layout's good. Like the book, the graphic design is definitely in theme with Star Wars. So here we've got the different sectors, Jedha, Yadu, and Scarif. So it's definitely based on, in terms of planets, Rogue One. Here we've got the Death Star component. Next in this bag here, what have we got? All right. The first time I've actually seen like pre-punched components. So we've got the different parts of the Death Star. So super laser power cell, ion drive reactor, targeting field generator, magnetic shielding, hypermeta reactor, and the hyperdrive. So we have all those components. Next, we've got what I believe are the team tokens here. We have these rebel tokens, which gives you some bonuses. So this is a healing one. Remove 2 damage from a rebel. We've got generate different cubes and resources. Looks like everything else in here are these rebel tokens. So as you can see, they all do something and provide a symbol, or I said cube, an extra die. So it definitely looks to be very much in line as to what we saw, what we got in Thanos Rising. These are once again the components for the different teams. I'll just put this off to the side here. I'll lay it out. So we have our cards, and that's a little loose. Yeah, I should be able to get it right here. Not my favorite packaging, as I can't just slide it to get it open, but it's not overly difficult. So we have Cassian Andor based on Yavin 4, Hera Syndulla based on Lothal. So we have a lot of Rebels elements here as well. We've got the different team symbol. Should have been a Phoenix though for Phoenix team. We have Leia Organa based on Alderaan, which makes sense, and Luke Skywalker leading from Tatooine. So we'll just put these components back in the box. Make our lives just a little bit easier. Now we've got the Death Star die here and the Darth Vader movement die. So much like the Infinity Stone, different components of the Death Star that will trigger, and different movement, or having to re-roll a die and pull off its effect another time. Don't worry, you can find all of that info on the back of the rule book. Now, I'm not going to take these out. Well, I'll take out 2 of them just to show. We've got damage cubes and then the yellow cubes, which are going to be for marking stuff on the Death Star tracks as those components get closer to being completed. I'm not sure what all the different symbols mean, but we'll take a look at each of the dice to get an idea. Now, each of them will have one resource that comes as a double. So for the blue, it looks like this recon. These red ones, which I'm going to guess are more of like fight, shooting, something like that. Maybe this one here is like some type of energy. And this, well, it could be the Force. Not sure if that's the Force. Not sure what to call that resource, but the black one has that symbol. So we're taking a look at the different proprietary dice. Let's take a look at Vader, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the cards. So here we've got our big bad Darth Vader, who's going to be in the center of the board, attacking the Rebels as they try to stop the completion of the Death Star. And lastly, we have our cards. So I won't take a look at these cards in too much detail. Just want to go over them quickly, but we'll take a look at the leaders because I think it's worth doing. So Cassian Andor, if you have another blue, so out of the blue resource rebel on your team, 1 extra red or blue die. U-Wing, so I guess these are all organized by color. So Hondo, Kanan, Jyn, Draven, Ahsoka, yeah. Love having her. Agent Kallus, yeah, she's difficult to pick up as well. Hera Syndulla, so if you never have another green rebel on your team, so you can roll an extra green or a red die. Looks like we have some ships as well, which is pretty cool. Chopper, Wedge, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bodhi Rook, Baze Malbus, Chirrut Imwe, Zeb, got Leia Organa, and don't love the art, don't hate the art either. At least with Leia, looks really weird. If you have another purple rebel, you gain a black or red die each turn. Got the Profundity, the Tantive 4, something almost looks like a movie screenshot, as does 3PO. Admiral Raddus, General Dodonna, Mon Mothma, Saw Gerrera, Garvin Drace, Bail Organa, of course, Luke Skywalker. So if you have another red hero, you get a green or a blue die. We've got the X-Wing, should be red 5, Millennium Falcon, R2, Rex, Sabine, Han Solo, Chewie, Ezra Bridger, AP5. Then for the enemies, we've got ATSCs, the Combat Assault Tank, TIE Fighters, Stormtroopers, Death Troopers, Scout Troopers, Admiral Thrawn, and Grand Moff Tarkin, Director Krennic, the AT-ACT, and a Star Destroyer. So there you have it. We've taken a look at all of the components that are in Star Wars Dark Side Rising. Now, keep it right here, as I'll be coming back at you once I get this back in. It's a little bit of an odd angle there. So, be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you will find links to all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing Dark Side Rising, well, they're all there. And now popping up in front of me are going to be links back to one of our previously released videos. The other will take you to our review and how to play of Star Wars Dark Side Rising when it's released. For now, it'll take you to the review and how to play of Thanos Rising. And with that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.